Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with Grayman Prepping. I hope you all have a lovely day.
Where's your ball?
And it's Mark and I here so far.
Hey, and my dog's squeaking.
The link is pinned for those that have been here for a while. Come on up. But first, I want to get on to a couple things here out of the way here and say hello. Go back and make sure I caught everybody saying hi to them. So Walt was the first one in, followed by Phelan Clan Wolf. And Phelan used his has been a member for 18 months and said Captain Crazy's going more off the rails, and the giggler, the camel toe, is right behind him. Yes. Then Mark came in next. Sumi came in after that, and Howie at Food Forest Permaculture. Gene Sen is in here. Welcome. And Diana 2's here. Shenanigans. How to Garden. That's Glenn. And thanks for reminding everybody, Howie, to hit the thumbs up and share. Oh, good one, Howie. And Wayne's here, Becoming Dangerous. And let's see what we got here. Grammy Karen's in the house. All right, I think I'm caught up here. So before I jump into the news here at the Daily Planet and talk about every crazy thing, pros, every crazy thing coming out of California, heading to the rest of the country. Quick update. The tree guys showed up again today. They had another opening. Well, the father, the head of the company, showed up with 2 helpers, and they took down several more trees and exposed something that's absolutely terrifying. And I'll talk about that a little bit as we get in here, as far as just general being prepared with the trees and stuff on your property. I did have Jeremy at Tennessee Tactical One mentioned that he had a maple tree fall on his house because of the same problem that we discovered today and 2 of the cottonwood trees. And Ada Neer's here from across the pond. Hey. All right. So let me get this out of the way here so I can bring up the ever famous news feeds here. Okay, last Saturday, the email I got from California was about the park fire, and it says explodes to 700. No, sorry, I'm reading it back. I get a little dyslexic. 307,000 acres. I ran the numbers on it here a little while ago, and it is upwards of 400,000 acres because last night it was 9,000 acres. I mean, 9,000 acres shy, and it's rolling right along, and that brings it up to 625 square miles. And so Utah Mike said 2024 is gone. Yeah. And anybody wants to calculate acres to miles, it's 640 acres per mile, per square mile. Glenn says I had to move my property because of heart rot. Yeah. All righty, so that's the first one out of the line. Here was the park fire is just absolutely insane. It's now the 5th largest fire ever. All right, see from the Epic Times newsroom, Catholic Church sends major challenge to the Supreme Court. They're trying. Some state is trying to say, oh, well, you have to make all your employees, whether they're Catholic or not, you have to provide health care for abortions to them. And they're saying, no, that's against our religious beliefs, and it's a violation of the First Amendment. You're trying to say that. And so, yeah, it's been kicked. It went to the Supreme Court. They said, no, you can't do it that way. Redo your ruling to the lower court, which means supposed to tell them, which generally tells the lower court, oh, you did it friggin' wrong. Reverse your decision and reissue it. And they said, and they doubled down, go, nope, we're going to double down. We're going to do it. So now it's gone back to the Supreme Court, and someone's going to get their handed to them in a bucket. Tammy Harder's here. Hey, Tammy. All right, next one up here. This is kind of old news, but I saw the greatest little meme on it here. Paris Olympic organizers issue apology, but they're still claiming it wasn't a some of the underlings they're saying, oh, it wasn't poking fun or being disrespectful to the Last Supper. Well, the higher up said, yes, it was, and that's what we're apologizing for. Little dinky dinks down below. Oh, not good, shenanigans. Not good. All right, let's see. This one is just absolutely friggin' insane, and I'd like to use a few more colorful words and add a lot more frills to that. New headlines: New realities of U.S. housing market. All right, this is from the Epic Times, not from one of the news things in California. Epic Times said, and this is for across the U.S. Okay, and where did I put it? There it is. I actually opened up the article first because it didn't say in the email head. So here is the headline off the article: a $1 million starter home is now the norm in 237 American cities. You got that? In 237 American cities, and these are, like San Francisco, New York, LA, San Jose, in California, and then you got Chicago, Seattle, Portland. $1 million for a starter home is now the norm.
What's that? Starter home. Two bedroom, one bath.
Yeah, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, fixer upper.
Yeah.
Took by V, welcome. All right. So let me go. So I'm not going to go down into the depth of that one. You guys can look that one up on Epic Times. And if you want to do anything else, the Epic Times is usually pretty center, a little bit to the right on their news reporting, so they get things a little more clear than 99.9% of mainstream media. All right, let's go back to the next one here. The next one is from the Martinez Patch. East Bay, that's San Francisco, East Bay, which is Oakland, Berkeley, Piedmont, a bunch of other cities there. East Bay homeless encampment fire threatens 2 apartment complexes. Duh, that happens all the time. But now they're reporting it because the great nuisance is saying, I better act like I'm trying to do something to help the people. So we're going to clear out we're going to take the new ruling from the Supreme Court, and we're going to clear out all the homeless camps in California because they don't vote anyways. Holy crud. The Phoenix area, 500,000, needs lots of work. Yeah. Wow. Trying to keep up on some of the chat here too. All righty. Yeah, Berkeley was when I went through the police academy back in '87. We referred to Berserk. There was Berserkly. All right, San Francisco was Babylon. Berserkly was Babylon by the Bay. And then Walnut Creek was Babylon by BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit train. So all the, would make their way from San Francisco through Berkeley into Walnut Creek. All right. This one I am very suspicious on it. Okay, this is me personally. I'm not saying this is a fact. I'm not saying that what I'm about to say is any truth, but I've heard about the 7 million pounds of meat recalled amid a listeria outbreak, and this was Boar's Head. Let me drop into the story on this one and get a little more information. See if I got on the update here. So I'm going to about that. That sickened residents in 13 states. Doesn't say how many residents, just sickened residents. The deli meat recall is believed to be behind a listeria outbreak that has resulted in dozens. That could be just 2 dozen hospitalizations and 2 deaths. The explanation of the recall. The expansion of the recall includes 71 products produced between May 10th and May 29th under Boar's Head and Old Country brand names. Items include meat intended for slicing at retail delis, as well as some packaged meats and poultry products sold at retail locations. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did any non-residents get sick?
Don't know. They're not saying. They're not saying how many people got sick out of the 13 states. It says dozens, which could be just as low as 2 dozen.
Yeah.
They're not giving out numbers. Yeah, they're not giving out numbers here, which to me screams of phony baloney. Hey, Prepper 101. Hey, Seabass.
I love Boar's Head garlic bologna. I won't eat it anymore, but
yeah. Okay. Oh, they finally give a number. Finally, way down at the bottom of the article, 34 people were sickened in 13 states, including 33 that were hospitalized. So one got sick but wasn't hospitalized. Yeah, that makes me do it. And 2 deaths according to the CDC. Cases are reported in Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Georgia, Maryland, and beyond. And I'm looking at the map here. North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware. Just try and make sure I pick everything out. That's Maryland. Massachusetts, yeah. Okay. Then Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri are the other states, according to the map here. So the most sickened was New York State with 11 to 12 on it. They're giving it as a thing. Maryland had 5 to 6 people sickened in it, and all the rest states have had 1 to 2. The outbreak may not be limited to the states with known illnesses. A health official said in a news release, this is because some people recover without medical care and are not tested for listeria. In addition, recent illnesses may not yet be reported. It takes usually 3 to 4 weeks to determine if a sick person is part of an outbreak.
So there could be hundreds of thousands of people infected, but we don't know.
Like I said, for reasons I'm leaning way the other way of what's being reported.
You may have listeria and not even know it, like no symptoms and stuff.
Yeah, well, you also may have you may have something else, and they may say, "Oh, we're going to mark this down area." The Boar's Head is facing its first lawsuit in connection to the outbreak. A Missouri couple who regularly purchased Boar's Head liverwurst from their local Shunnix grocery store. According to the information from the couple's lawyer, of OFT Food and Safety and Injury Lawyers.
Oh, from the offices of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, right?
Yeah. The woman became, quote, deathly ill after eating the liverwurst in June. I'm looking here. Okay. There is nothing saying anywhere where the meat was tested from Boar's Head. The Boar's Head meat was tested.
Does it say specifically which particular meat it was? I'm just going to guess liverwurst.
No, and poultry stuff too. Well, so they're talking about 7 million pounds of meats and stuff to be sliced as well on the slicer in the delis.
Yeah, that's a cross-contamination problem there. So yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, there's nothing saying about any testing being done on the meat. I'm going back through it here.
They will look into refrigeration. Maybe that one tractor trailer that made a bunch of deliveries, his reefer unit went down and got it fixed before anybody knew about it, and all that meat spoiled or almost spoiled.
Products include ham, bologna, bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and more. They didn't say who's testing for, whether it's the U.S. Department of Agriculture or the CDC who's just collecting numbers. But I have noticed in previous outbreaks, they refused to let the companies get an outside contractor to test the meats. They wanted it all destroyed before they could have it tested by anybody else.
Sort of like the chickens.
Yes. And those that did get it tested before they did it, they said, your test doesn't count. When their test came back clear.
Yeah, because we're the government. We're right. Go away.
Yeah. So, anyway, so that's I've had too much experience with crap like that being, by some paid off middle manager pushing crap through. All right. This next one I think is funny. The headline is Toilet Paper and Flat Tires: The Strange Ways That California Ignites Wildfires.
Toilet paper?
Toilet paper and flat tires. Yeah, this is going to be funny, folks. I'm going into it. Californians trigger thousands of wildfires every year with poor choices and reckless behavior. Yeah, voting Democrats, the biggest one. Of all the insidious threats faced by wildland firefighters, extreme heat, desiccated forests, unpredictable fire behavior, and nearly a year-round fire season, what might be the most fearsome thing? Humans, or subhumans, as the case may be. People do dangerous things that start wildfires. Pushing a burning car into a gully. Getting it off the road and pushing it into a gully. Mowing the lawn on a hot summer day. A dead lawn. They just say mowing the lawn, but it's usually a dead lawn.
But wait, you're supposed to all have electric lawnmowers there now, right? So how can that be a problem?
Because they didn't clean up the yard first, and they got all sorts of beer cans and wrenches and stuff laying out in their yard.
Oh, and magnifying glasses, and yeah, okay, gotcha.
Beer bottles. Cars driving with flat tires. Yes, I see them driving down the freeway, and everybody's honking at them. They're just driving along till they get home so they can change the tire when they get home. And meanwhile, sparks are going everywhere. Looks like a friggin' 4th of July Roman candle. Burning toilet paper rather than picking it up out of a campsite.
Okay, apparently the toilet paper wasn't damp enough.
Or it had been sitting there and it had dried out, so they tossed it all into the fire before they were finishing packing up and stuff, and it, floated away. Yeah.
That's a crappy way to start a fire.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's a crappy way to extend the fire. I'm just going down to any other fun things about it. Oh, they didn't mention it, but even more scary than the driving on a flat tire is the idiots that don't know how to hook up the chains to the trailer, and the chains tink, sending off all sorts of sparks.
I mean, nobody taught them how to give that little twist to get it off the ground,
or to cross it from right to left.
Yeah, and give
it
a
better
twist.
turning radius without binding the chains. Yeah. All right, I'm done with that one. Let's move on here. We've had enough of this crappy topic. All right. Just in the last couple hours here, an Epic Times report: another Hamas leader killed. Oh, they're killing the poor terrorists. Oh no. Anyway, sorry. Moving on from that tearjerker for the left. So this is coming out, and this is going to affect the rest of the country. Let me get into it here. The headline is Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, sees hottest July on record. More than a dozen weather stations across the region recorded their warmest temperatures. One broke a record set in 1917. Interesting thing, I was doing a little research and I found some interesting videos, video information on it, and with documentation, paperwork to back it up. They used to have the temperature reading boxes used to be about 30 inches square and painted white and away from sources of heat.
Yeah, well, I know where you're going with this. I saw the same thing.
Yeah, and so, but wait a minute, they still have the same ones sitting there in the cities or up on top of buildings now, and with all the concrete and
next
asphalt,
to the air conditioning units. Yeah,
it especially the asphalt, which absorbs heat and then radiates it back out again, and heating the area up artificially. You can see where it's going. But
they put them in airports at the end of the runway. They put them all the wrong places.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing is they read both urban and rural ones and take the average. But the thing is the rural to urban ones is like 3 to 1. So 3/4 of them are urban. of these set stations, but they take just the rural ones. It's not nearly as hot as they're making it out to be. But it is, yes, it is a little bit hotter in some areas. I know some areas are still complaining about the rain and stuff. But let's see here, going down. The Calistoga in Napa Valley, the Calistoga station recorded an average temperature of 80.7 degrees in July. That's higher than 72.6 and just over the 80.6 degree temperature set in 1917. But the area around it has been developed, and there's more asphalt, parking lots, and other stuff there in Calistoga, which was artificially high. Yeah. So, but anyways, so there. I'm not saying it's not hot. It is hot, but it's not as hot as they're saying. But yeah, some of the records broken. Santa Rosa, you know, that city that burnt practically to the ground several years back in California. The old record was 70.6. The new record now is 72.6. Normal average is 66.7. Concord, California is the new record is 78. The old record was 76.7, so 1.3 degrees higher. Average is 73.3, and Concord is all asphalt. Anyways, that's just, and it goes on. That's what it goes on. So, but it is higher. Temperatures are up, even out in areas like the Pinnacles National Park, and some of the other ones are up. And so, and it's been up for a steady stream here. Even for the rural areas has been up for California. So, and it says the outlook shows the hotter temperatures may linger well beyond the first week of August. There are some signals that rain can materialize, which would be nice. But since the wind of the jet stream moves from west to east, guess where that heat is going? Along with all the smoke from all the fires in California because of the tree huggers.
They need to go hug those trees a little harder. Burning.
And one way to fight it here, the staff sergeant says that's why non-heat absorbing paints are being developed.
Let's paint the streets.
All right, Shenanigans says it's froze. Shenanigans says 73 right now with 86 humidity. Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's still 82 here.
Yeah, it's it's only 79 inside, and it's starting to cool off a little bit outside. But it was when the tree guys left, the thermometer in the shade was sitting right on 100 degrees out here.
Ugh.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. Wayne says had a ton of rain almost every day over the last month. You see, some areas are getting extra wet, but other areas are just, baking. And let's see. I need to hide that one there. I don't need to see that picture ad when I bring this up. So from the NIDIS.drought.gov, the NOAA drought page. So I'm trying to read. Of course, the print is going to give me the real page. No, it's going to X. Okay. Is that going to give me the real page? There we go. There's one of them. So we have probability above normal precipitation is in the green. Possibly below normal precipitation. This is a 6 to 10 day prediction for next week. All right, let me go back one and let's check this one here out, which is below normal temperatures up in North Dakota, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Michigan, Minnesota, so and up there. But then here's your hot stuff, and the one that's really hot, right there in Oregon and Washington. That's 100% of possibility of above temperatures. I got to get with Martha, old school prepper, and find out what's going on up where she is. She's right up in the middle of that. Also, the tail of Alaska coming along Canada is higher than normal too. So, and we are sitting here and we're looking at between 40 and 50% possibility above normal temperatures here in southeast Idaho.
Yeah, above normal, but they define normal, but they make it look bright red and dark red, like it's going to be 1,000 degrees there. No, that's not what that chart means.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Oh, I got to do something here. I got to protect the staff sergeant. There. Now she's a moderator. All right. 2x says in zone 11, 6 miles from the Everglades, August, same as it ever was. Yeah. Glenn, are you still here? How's your temperature been running for the last couple weeks? I know Glenn did some baking videos. So Minnesota got 5 inches of rain yesterday. We had been drying out. Now they got rain again. Okay, I finally figured it out. I'm California fed up. All right, Toot. Very good. All right, Glenn says low 90s right now where he's at in Florida. Yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and clear this stuff out. I think that was the last one on the news here. Yeah, that was the last one on the news. Oh. But yeah, those that are following the economic ninja, yeah, he's been doing reports on changes and stuff and everything else. And gold and silver are acting like they're going to go wonky, and all the followers of gold and silver that the economists he talks with and stuff are saying get ready to see something volatile with that as well. So thank you, pros. Thank you, Bidenomics. Oh, Glenn's overcast and rainy most days. Yeah. Let me check one thing out. I remember seeing something about it, but I haven't seen anything about it since. Get in here. NOAA and Hurricane Center. Okay. That storm that was heading towards Cuba has dropped to 60 to 40% 2-day cyclone formation chance. It was up into a tropical storm when it was still out off the coast of Africa there and heading that way, and it kind of went, yeah. Regardless of it says regardless of development, heavy rains can cause flash flooding across the Bahamas, Cuba, and Florida through the weekend. So there's a storm heading up to. Let me bring this up here so you guys can see it. And so yeah, so regardless of the formation chance, minimum. So it's that's it. The just type in NOAA Hurricane Center and you'll get this so you can check this stuff out for you guys on the East Coast here. Let's see who else is in Florida. I'm trying to Glenn, who else is down there that's I'm having a brain fart right now. I know there are at least a half dozen channels I watch occasionally. Glenn's saying no hurricane party. Yeah, I know Carol's down there, but we don't talk about her. There were several others there on the Gulf side as well, and a couple in the Panhandle. I can't remember the names right now. Moon over Miami, yes, duh. Moon over Miami's down there. All right. So with that, actually, let me see if I can bring this up over here. I want to bring up a photo over here. Give me a second. So that you guys know what happened out there in the with the trees outside. That's one of the logs, or that's one of the branches. Okay, that's rotted out there. Let me see if I can get into, bring some more up there. Other things rotting. Come on. Bunch of widowmakers. Look at all those dead. Those are widowmakers. Those are dead branches in the one tree. And a bunch of those have been breaking off and just hanging by one little smaller branches on it. This tree came down. That one's down now. It's not showing on that one. Let me see if I can switch this up here.
And you're going to have no trees for a windbreak anywhere.
Oh, there we go. This is one of the big limbs of that we were going to say, or trunk branches on the big tree that we were going to save and let it green out some more, make shade and stuff. When he saw some of the rot on it, he went and cut it down. And these pieces are 16 to 18 inches wide. I just made just really quick with my electric chainsaw, and it fell open, and it's just absolutely butt ugly in there. If I pulled all that out, Danny and Oliver could go 12 feet up inside of that easily.
Ugh.
See, a lot of the branches, it's rotting out in there. Okay. So let me go ahead.
Is that bugs and termites or something, or no?
No. What happens? Let's see if I can find one of the other photos on it here. Shoot. Have I posted that one yet? Shorts. Let me see if it's in one of the shorts. Nope, not showing one of the shorts. The video today. No, I didn't do. I haven't done one of the regular time. I have them recorded. I haven't processed and posted it yet. That'll be happening. What happens is when a branch breaks off the tree, generally it'll grow around. Other ones will become a fork or whatever, and the bark grows around. It leaves a little hole there. Well, the rain and the snow sit in that little indentation and rot it out. And next year more gets down in it, and it rots down the core to the bottom. And what happened was on the big tree, I got it on the other computer, but down near my height, in a spot that I hadn't walked around and looked in at, there was a little indentation where when the tree was young, it had a branch break off, a decent sized branch. And he showed me, he looked back in there, goes, and he shined light, and there was hollow way back in. Well, that one going up, you go up about 10 feet is where he cut it off at. And that's where that, another 3 feet up higher than that is where I cut out that hole on that one. But where he cut it off, it was like a sponge inside there going down. And yeah. So that, and there's several others, and we were looking at it, and we could see, once I knew what to look for, I'm looking at other branches on that tree and the tree next to it, and I could see where there was a fork and where another branch broke out of there, and I could see the black spot of the rotten core of the tree. So it's up, and it's right up on a fork. So the moisture is just going to drip down in there all winter long and all spring. So it's, those branches got to, the whole tree, tree's got to go.
So you should keep a whole bunch of like 18-inch long pieces with holes in it. Bring it to camp and show them how to make a Swedish torch to cook on.
Thing is though, when that thing fell and hit the ground,
shattered.
Just about, because there was no strength to it.
Yeah.
But it had all the weight of the upper parts and all the other branches on it. So yeah, it was really ugly. And for anybody who has a tree, what was that?
No Swedish torches for the Boy Scouts.
No. So anyone that has a decent sized tree, maple, poplar, cottonwood. Someone pointed out, said it would look like another one, and then they said the same thing about it. Those have a tendency to get core rot, and you can just Google what trees get core rot easily. And if you have one that could possibly fall at your house, get a tree guy out there to look at it, because you don't want to have it falling on your house or your outbuildings or your chicken coop or your shop and anything. And if you have a nice garden out there, raised planter beds, you don't want it falling over and taking that out too. Exactly. But being way up in the tree like that, and we counted the rings on one of the trees, and we counted over 100 rings on it.
Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm. And this wasn't even one of the big ones. This was one of the medium ones that I was able to count on. And this big one is probably, I would probably say 150 to 200 years old.
How big around is it? Like a 55-gallon drum or bigger?
Oh, way bigger.
Oh, okay.
Just one of the fork trunks going, main bodies going up, was that one that I had cut the hole in it that the kids would crawl through. But and that's the problem. Some of these things are breaking off 40, 50, 60 feet up. No farmer's going to climb up, rent a piece of equipment to get them up there to spray it. But yeah, there's if you have trees on your property, look at how, and check them out. Take a rubber mallet, beat on, if it's a big tree, beat on it, see if you hear a hollow thumping sound in it. If you do, get a tree person out there to look at it to say, Oh, yep, that's a hollow rot inside there. But I'm surprised with the windstorm we had. Back on Tuesday, where is it? Okay.
Yeah, I saw that video. That was some brutal winds you had.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now, but I got an ad playing, so I got to wait for the ad to skip. There we go. All right. And let's do it. YouTube, this is my video, number 1243. So don't try to say, do stuff to me. Unfortunately, I shot it upright. I was just going to do a short, but I just got overwhelmed with what's going on. So watch the trees look how hard those trees are bending.
Jeez, surprised it didn't snap.
Yeah, I thought a bunch of little limbs came off in this. But watch this one over here. It does in here in a second. It's going to do it. Look at that go. Look at that thing whip around and just tweak up on it. Now we're going to look at some of the shrubs which hardly ever move in a minute here. It's a second here. It's going to pan to the left and see that. But, just the wind is just, and whipping these poor trees I've just planted around. I got the IBC totes trying to block them, but so the rain was coming through there and blowing all the way across and leaving most of the patio dry. But these are the poplars I planted last year. Look at this. Look at things whipping around.
Jeez.
And these things here, look at that. Those bushes are just, doing it.
That's like a derecho or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there wasn't much rain, but the wind was just, and the thing is, though, there's a lot of dust in that, too, from some of the farmlands. So you got a little rain, dry stuff, and you got mud flying, too.
Yeah, didn't one of your small trees blow over or almost?
Nothing blew over, but they were some of those Lombardy poplars were really like one of those inflatable sign guys that kind of flop around at a store or whatever. That's what they look like. But I'm surprised these trees did not come down. But yeah, it was there's some small branches a bunch of small branches did come down off of that. When I say small, about 2 to 3 inches diameter, dry, hard, and yeah. The squash and the stuff, with the house there buffering back a little bit, protected it a little bit, but I mean, they just suddenly stopped. Practically, it's slowing down and stopping here in a minute here, and then it's going to pick up again. See, the trees are hardly moving, and then it'll pick up again. See, look at that. Practically, the trees are, that's a slight breeze blowing in those trees now, and then it'll pick up again. But that's what happened Saturday. So that's what we were dealing with on Saturday here, and it's just like insane. But yeah. All right. Let's see, what did... Yeah, that was, so if you get, any type of winds and stuff, that's another reason to check your things. And that's, I've been so nervous sometimes, especially, all right, the wind here usually blows from the house across the street to those big tall trees. So it blows from the southwest 90% of the time. But when it blows from the northeast or from the east, that's when I get nervous about those trees coming down on the property and hitting the and hitting the shop. As it was when they took down the one today, the last one on the north side of the pig silo. It also came. They were guiding it and everything, and it still. came close to the shop. But fortunately, it was the top of it. Just we're talking like the top of it was feet away from the one edge of the shop, but it was heading past that, so it wasn't going to hit anything. But it's still, when those trees hit the ground, branches and stuff fly. But
did you have your tractor bucket up against it to help them push it the right way, or
no? That what they did is they had chains. They have a boom lift. They go up in it, tie a chain off, lower down, tie another chain off that's on the ground, and they stretch that out. They back their big old truck up to it, and several chains, figuring out how high up, so it doesn't land on their truck. And then they pull it in the direction they want it to go, or pull it sideways to what they want it to go, and so it doesn't go the one way. And yeah, it was some interesting stuff there. Let's see. Hang on. Let me. All right, so this was today's video. This is a time lapse for today, and so let me make that full size. There we go. And so right now they're cleaning up here, and he's over on the other side working on it. And let me move this across here a little bit and see if I can get it to go. There, I'm moving the stuff around with my tractor.
you got a little bit of firewood out of it?
Yeah. Those two logs I just moved are going to go to Curtis across the street for him to put on his mill. Let's see if I can get over here where they. Okay. Sorry. So he's dropped the fuel mouth off there. This one right here, you see my cursor moving up and down. That's the one that's going to get he's going to chop, and you're going to find this upper portion hollow. Let me move over here. And so you see what he's going to do the next one here. All right. So he's up there he's up in the bucket trimming stuff off. And when he trimmed that one off, he saw the rot down inside of it. So let's get over here. We'll see how they do it. Yeah, this whole video is 10 minutes long for the whole day they were out there working. Come on, get up. Okay. What's going on here? All right, he's hanging the chain. He's hanging the chain off that up there. So the chain's hung up there. And okay, so he's connected the chain to the truck. Now see the chain hanging there, and whoop, there it went. Let me back that up again. See how fast that goes in. I mean, 32 speeds. He gets up there. He's cutting the base of it. He already has it notched, and there it goes. It's so rotted. He just said, "Pull it." Because once he got through the other thing, he just went right in. He goes, "Pull it." All right, here goes another. I got an ad. All right, back that up just a hair. Here goes another one. Boom! There goes another big one right there. And that's how they do it. When they do a direct pull, it works great. But yeah, this whole tree over here on the left is gone now. Yeah, so yeah, they jump. Here it goes. There goes it down. Another one down just there. But yeah, so that's yeah. So what you see there is what's left for the. Pretty much that's what's going to come down this weekend. But he's got a lot of you can't see is going off the back of this. Let me see. Hang on here. Let me put it back up there. There we go. This is what's left. Going off the back side over here is on on the far right here is a big limb over the street. We're talking one about that big around.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's the limb going out over the street. And so he's going to take off all the small branches he can and then start cutting in 18-inch segments and just cut back on it, dropping the.
That's a big pile of fire. That's a lot of fire to move.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are some big. You look on the right here; these are still big ones that are going to be getting chopped up this weekend. The pile on the left here probably is about 9-10 cords already.
Yeah, but it's cottonwood. How hard is it? How good does it burn?
It's a light hard. It's in the lower of the hardwood range.
Oh, like a poplar.
Yeah. And so now I have that truck that was going back and forth there. There's 4 loads. That's the one they're putting all the chipping into from the chipper. Got 4 loads dumped so far. Sweet. And probably have at least 3 more loads, if not 5 more loads of chip soil. Yeah, I will have lots of wood to burn, but the problem is burning wood and cleaning out the wood burning stove. You get, no matter how careful you are, you get ash in the house. Every time you open it up, put a new log or whatever, you always get some ash added to the house. And that's one of the things that preppers don't think about is the side effects of a wood burning stove or a fireplace, the ash and stuff on the house and everybody in the house.
You need one of those outdoor wood boilers.
Yeah, one of those would be nice, because then you can stock that sucker up and get it hot and get it all in there, and then batten it down, turn it down, so it just runs on coals for the next day or two. But then those cost an arm and a leg too.
Oh yeah.
Even more so since 2020. I think they've gone. I think they've gone up like 2.5 times. 250% from what was. The price was at the end of 2019. Yeah, the ash is great for the garden, especially if it doesn't burn completely. You get a lot of biochar in there. But like I said, I got right now I got 4 truckloads of wood chips with the leaves and stuff in it to put on the garden area and in the compost pile to start composting, so we can in several years we'll have some nice, good, wormy, hopefully, compost for the garden, for the raised planter beds and everything else.
You can load the bottom of your raised planter beds up just with chips. Just take up space.
I got several of them that I'm moving around, changing them out. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, put in a foot of the chips and then put in 3 inches of soil, and a foot of chips and 3 inches of soil. That way it'll lasagna and down and stuff. And then later on, if I go to dig it out, I can turn it and it'll all mix up nice and everything else. And if I toss worms in there with it this next spring, all summer long, they should be working and turning it and just, digesting it good. Yeah, Curtis is going to work with me on getting the Likes, that's the family name, from the dairy to bring over a couple truckloads of dairy manure, and then we can just toss on top, mix in with the piles and stuff, and toss on stuff out here. Jack's in the house. Hey, Geeky Gardens. That's another one that's from Florida, but right now he's over in Twin Falls at his mom's place. Yeah. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. When I go to California, I got a couple of the Ponderosa lemon seeds still. I'm going to take a couple to California and see if we get them to germinate and grow there. Oh, Tammy, my older sister, when we lived in my parents' house there in Martinez, looking straight out over the Carquinez Strait, down below to the north of us was several big things of cottonwoods down on the creeks and stuff. And oh man, she used to die and cry. And Debbie, our cousin, same thing. The cottonwoods there just killed them. Yeah, I would love. I hope I can get at least one Ponderosa growing from the seeds. I thought I had two of them that had got the covering off them. They looks like they had the little root sprout coming out of them. So I took them out of the paper towels and I put them in a 6-inch pot, tried to get them to grow, and boom. Yeah, what Curtis was telling me, the dairy here that the Likes have, they raise a lot of their own alfalfa, and they do it without any pesticides or herbicides for their stuff. And what they buy from others is the requirement is no grazon used on it, no pesticides used on it because it's going for milk. And so supposedly their stuff is really good, and several people in town get a load of manure, and they'll dump it and they'll spread it by hand sometimes. If they have an acre or so, they'll have the truck come in and just spread it itself. But Ponderosa, my time see, took the best of 5 for him. Yeah. Plant some in beans and some. Okay, Jack, I'll try that. That's a good idea. Plant it with plant some beans first to make sure they don't die, and then put the seeds in it. The stuff I was using, I've had everything. Tomatoes grow in it. The peas grew in it. The beans grew it because I was using a lot of the stuff from the Members Mark potting mix, which is a lot of peat moss. The Canadian begins with an S type peat moss,
Sphagnum,
and other wood components and stuff in it. And I didn't have any problems with anything else this year. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the other dairy that's farther south towards Blackfoot does the same thing, from what I hear. It's because after a few tests of stuff popping up in milk, other people's milk, they decided, no, we're going to go strictly organic on it. It may not be pure alfalfa. It may be alfalfa and grasses, but that's fine as far as they're concerned for that. So we've hit the hour mark here. And so let's see what's coming up here in this next week.
Yeah, are cottonwoods the ones that give off that little fluff like dandelion stuff, and they coat the ground, and you see people in certain cities, they burn it and it just poof disappears.
Yeah. It's like someone took some
the dandelions. Yeah.
No. Worse, like someone took an old quilt batting and pulled it out and threw it in the air.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, but that's only part of it. Before that, you get this yellow pollen
Ugh.
that just coats everything, and then and after the yellow pollen, you get these stringly things that come down and lie everywhere, and you get these sticky seed pods that come down, and you touch it, it'll stick to your hand. It sticks to the side of your car. If it lands on the paint, you got to wash it off and get a little rubbing alcohol and clean it. So, all right. So coming up tomorrow night, or tomorrow on Friday, because we're getting close that time. For Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, 6. Sorry, get my times right. 8 o'clock Eastern time. Make your adjustment for your time zone from there. This was a member requested topic. It is rain barrel usage with disabilities. And I had several people email me in, say, I got this, I have the same problem. I got this is my disability. That's my disability. So when we talk about all the sorts of disabilities people have and the best way to work around and engineer around using rain barrels for your garden. Saturday survival back here on Grayman Prepping. The topic is piggies for preppers. So I'm going to talk about the possibility of raising pigs, the good, the bad, and the stinky for that. Monday on back here on Camp Patton, no, sorry, not here, over on Camp Patton Family Compound. Tammy will be joining Mark and I for the canning session, and we're going to be talking about low sugar canning and things you need to worry about, not worry about. And Tammy's going to be sharing her canning expertise. That's the Rebel Canner herself. Tuesday on Grayman Prepping, Tactical Tuesday, we're going to talk about processing skills. And so Tuesday is going to be ones we got to use code words for, folks. So the vegans don't get upset. Yeah, so we're talking about processing skills for, what. And then that brings us up to next Thursday is the Midnight Ride. Once again, I will be pulling the interesting news from California that is going to move across the nation and affect other parts of the country as well. $1 million for a starter home. I still can't get over that. 237 cities. Was it 327 cities? It's ridiculous. I did see this cowgirl, dairy cowgirl, was put out a video, and I saw it. It was absolutely hilarious. And she goes, so cows are bad for the environment, even though they've been good for the environment for millennia upon millennia. And cows all of a sudden now fart when they have never farted before. So people are saying cows are vegetarians, and they fart, and they're bad for the world. Wow, that sounds just like a vegan. All they do is eat greens and fart.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for all the good comments in the side chat there. And also, I got to change the message here real quick here. There it is. If you have any topics you'd like to see discussed either on Camp Patton Family Compound or on Grayman Prepping, go ahead and send an email to this address. It's also down in the bottom of the description of topics. I'd like to hear what you want to hear so we can address items that are of interest to you on the regular live streams and even some of the regular, just some of the videos that aren't big. I can't drag it out for an hour for it, but is what I'm saying. So you have something, a quickie one, you know, they want a 5-minute video on, send me a topic for that one too. All right. So with that, everyone, remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing. Learn a new skill every month and plant a garden, either outdoors, indoors, or both. I'm going to come across so much stuff about what's bad that's in the grocery store. It's like disgusting. So you need to try to grow your own food. All right, everyone. See you hopefully tomorrow on Camp Patton Family Compound at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. See you later.
Have a good night.